Hey, it's Alex. I'm here with Paras. He's a member of Business Matter Insiders. And Paras has some good news to share with us today. Paras, what has happened in your business lately?
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy, Alex. I mean, since joining BMI, it's just been growth after growth, thankfully, which has been incredible. I mean, the kind of revenue figures that I'm doing now compared to when I started was unbelievable, and beyond my belief, to be honest. And the more that I've grown, the more that kind of that belief system has been installed in me as well to kind of take the business to the next level.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel that I've been consistently improving, and obviously, as you know, we did a video not too long ago, and the business has kind of taken another huge step up. So thank God everything's going really well, Alex. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. When did we do that video? Beginning of this year, right?
I think so. Yeah, it was a few months ago, maybe a bit longer. Yeah, probably about 6 months ago.
Oh, 6 months ago. Yeah. And what did we say back then? So how well were you doing? Let me try to remind myself here. I have the numbers here. Well, why don't you tell us, how are you doing now? Like, what has changed in terms of your business results?
Yeah, I mean, since joining BMI, which I think was around April 2020, if I'm correct.
Mm.
So just over a year ago, I was at about 20 to 25K a month in revenue. I was heavily reliant upon kind of
Yeah.
one form of lead
So
source as well.
So let's not talk about before BMI, because we already have a video about that, right? So the
Mhm.
previous video we did, I just checked, it was you were doing 50K per month essentially, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And now we decided to do another one, the update version, like 6 months later. So what's going on now? Because if people want to see how you were doing before BMI, the 30K months, they can do that. 25K months, that's like a year ago, right? But since January, now we're in the middle of the year. Since January, your business has grown from 50K per month to how much now?
Well, we've had our best month so far in July, which is around 120K US.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
so I would say that we're on average around 100K
Oh,
US, and yeah, as I said, this month has been our best month. So it's to be honest, yeah, the business has essentially doubled within the last 6 months, which is crazy.
that's mental, as they say in the UK.
Yeah, exactly, it is.
Doubled in 6 months. And like, you must be stressed out of your mind. Like, you must be losing it right now from all this growth and all these clients, no?
I mean, it is stressful running a business on any level, and I think that the challenges when you grow, they just become a little bit different.
Mm.
Um, I think that if you're under the illusion that, for example, you can kind of run a business and then all of a sudden that stress is going to go away. I personally don't think that's the case, unless it's kind of fully self-managed, which I'm not at that point because I'm still heavily involved in the business. But ultimately, yes, there is stress. The stress just presents itself in different ways as you grow, and it's just about dealing with those challenges as they come up, wherever you're at within your
What I think you've done well, Paras, what I think is very interesting is how you've set up your business. You actually disregarded our standard process from last year. You said, I think you could improve this a little bit, right? So I think with you, perhaps your business set up in a less stressful way because of the fact that you don't have any staff members.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I kind of went through the course material in BMI, and I think it's great. But I think it's what's important as an entrepreneur is obviously to be creative and be innovative in what you're doing. And if you do feel that there's potentially other ways that you can, maximize your business and generate more revenue, then it's worth exploring. And that's exactly what I did. So I went down more of a kind of partnership
Mm.
model. I won't go too much into it because obviously that's all in the course material, but I went down a different route to the traditional route that a lot of other members go down. And that actually worked very well for me. And of course, it seems that a number of other members within BMI have also now been doing the same thing, and it's working very well for them as well. So it's kind of evolved into something that I didn't expect it to evolve to, but it's worked out really well. And as I said, it's working out very well for other members as well.
Yeah, it's been it's because we've always said, don't do it, don't do it. Keep everything in-house, all the processes and everything. And you've just blown that out of the water consistently. We waited a little bit because you were doing well a few months ago. We wanted to do the interview then. You said, let's wait a little bit because we're going to have several months of proof. And now we have several months of proof that it works. People always ask, like, does it work not to have staff in your company and run a 7-figure agency? Doesn't it collapse? Doesn't it go down really quickly? And the answer is clearly no, because it's still growing. Right. So I think you've proven that quite conclusively. And now other people are starting to notice that they're starting to do, as it works in BMI, when someone discovers a variation or an improvement in the process, people jump on it if it works well. So you're a little bit of a thought leader yourself now, aren't you, Pars?
I guess so, Alex. Yeah, I mean, you could say that. It's obviously, I'm sure, for example, when BMI started as well, it was very different to the way it is now. Just because you have it's a close knit group, which is obviously very good. It's a very tight community, and there's a lot of very intelligent people in there, and because of that, we can always together kind of improve the business process as a whole to kind of benefit everyone. Which is so good about it. And obviously, yeah, it's really satisfying for me to know that there's other people that are kind of operating in the same way that I am, which is working very well for them, because I feel that I've obviously added to their own business growth, which is which makes me feel really happy.
Yeah, that's amazing. And what value have you gotten? What did you use in BMI in your growth from 50K to 100K per month? Like, what has been some stuff you've been using? Like the funnel, you're still using the main funnel, obviously. What else are you doing?
I've launched a couple of other funnels as well through watching a few other courses in BMI. I think it's important, should you, for example, join, it's understanding where you're at in your own business and then looking at the kind of course material that's relevant to where you are. But besides that, obviously, within BMI, you kind of have that mentorship and the support calls. Every kind of instructor has a different skill set. So watching those particular calls and getting advice from people that have been in a similar situation to me or tried something similar, it's good to obviously understand their process and what they've been through, because it really shortcuts that learning process, which can take months, if not years. But the fact that you can just jump on regular calls with instructors that have been there and done it, it just kind of fast tracks that learning process massively, which enables you to obviously, or it's enabled me to kind of grow my business a lot quicker.
Yeah, I think in terms of marketing businesses, yours is one of the prime examples right now of someone who came in who already had a business. You're doing several $100,000 per year before you joined, and then you're the prime example of how it can just multiply if you plug in proven processes. And I think in the previous video you mentioned that you were kind of almost stagnating for a while there, up until last year, right? In terms of revenue numbers.
100%. Oh yeah, I was stagnating for that's the reason I joined BMI. It's because I was kind of at the same revenue figures for a long time, and it would dip a little bit, it would grow a little bit, but there was no real consistency. The only consistency was that it was kind of staying the same, and obviously for me, I really wanted to grow that, and BMI is a clear example of me kind of growing since joining. It's just been growing non-stop. So yeah, if I didn't join, I'd be in a very, very different position than I am now.
Yeah, well, that's nice of you to say, but I think I'll take 15% credit here. You're also a smart guy. You just took the processes, you ran with it like crazy. Like the growth that we've seen, you post about is just tremendous. It's really impressive in the speed, because it's normal to grow 100% or 50%, but to do it in 6 months, that's just insane. Like your business was already doing well. So congrats on that. And yeah, oh, when are we doing the next one? When are we doing the $200,000 one, Faras? At this rate, do you think it's possible? Like with this type of business model, like 200K per month? Is that your goal or not really?
Yeah, I mean, I think what I've worked a lot at is actually building the brand. And that kind of goes hand in hand with the processes. And I think when you are building a brand, anything is possible. How far away is 200K? Right now, it feels very far away, because I've just kind of cleared the 100K mark, and I know how much kind of work I've kind of put into to achieve that. So to kind of double that, do I need to look at some form of other avenue to kind of get that exponential growth? I don't know. I'm kind of right now just focusing on my next goal, which is kind of more around the kind of trying to get to 150K as soon as possible, and then I'll see the kind of level of business and clients, etc. at that point, and then decide on the next kind of big move that I'd make for the business. But right now the goal is kind of getting to 150K, which it is going to be very challenging. But I'm going to do my best to kind of get there as soon as possible. But in general, I'd like to be at kind of 120K by the end of the year consistently. That for me would be kind of, I'd be very happy with that.
For having no staff members, that's an insane number. So good. So what are some things you spend your day on then? So since you're not managing all these teams and doing all this project management, you don't do project management at all, right? So what do you do then all day?
It's obviously I've got kind of my own teams in my own way. I mean, again, I won't go into that too much, but it is speaking to the teams a lot and being updated by them on what's going on with the clients. It's my own kind of admin stuff really, which takes up more time than I need it to take up. And then besides that, it's really looking at the business growth. So developing further partnerships, doing a lot of kind of new business calls, sales calls. I'm still very, very involved in the sales process. Number one, because I enjoy it for a start, and number two, I haven't really built out a full-on sales team yet, which is kind of something that I am looking to consider doing down the line.
Oh, you're actually gonna have a team. Oh, Paris, your first employee.
Yeah, I'm considering kind of having a, well, it doesn't necessarily need to be an employee. I mean, I'm kind of a commission only sales closer, and so there are other avenues to work around, again, to avoid managing staff. But ultimately, I do think that if I want to take myself out of the kind of new business calls, I would need somebody else to take over that. But it's something that's on the radar.
Okay, fair enough. No, that makes sense. Talk about that a little bit later, by the way. I didn't know you were doing that. If you're doing that, I have some recommendations for you. But anyway, cool. Well, thank you. Anything else, Pars, that we should tell people that are like at 30 to 50K that are like considering joining BMI?
Oh, just join. Like anything, it comes down to the return on investment. So for obviously if you asked me at that time, I was kind of very hesitant when I did join, because ultimately you don't really know what to expect. But in hindsight, when you kind of look back, it's it's a no-brainer. And I think anybody that's doing those sort of figures, they're looking to take their business to the next level. And if they feel that they've been kind of stuck at those kind of figures for a while, then BMI will most certainly help you to kind of go to the next level with your business. So it's a no-brainer for me. I would just say, just join, don't think about it. Whatever investment you put in, you're going to be getting back.
Yeah, interesting. Well, thank you so much for sharing, Paras, and being a valued member of the community. See you on the calls. We're keeping this one nice and short. Nice little update. I think we're secretly going to be doing another one in 8 months. That's my prediction.
Fingers crossed. Yeah.
Oh, that would be crazy. 8 months. Oh my God. Yeah, maybe with a sales team and like 3 funnels. That's possible.
It would be awesome to be doing an update in 3 months, in 8 months, even if I was at 150K.
I think it's gonna be more. I secretly, because it's like, because you have the partnerships tied down, right? And then if you add in a sales team, then you can focus exclusively on lead generation.
Yeah, which is kind of what I want to do. Yeah.
Oh my God, Paras. I think, have you ever had sales teams before?
No.
It's so much easier, man. Like once you have your sales teams.
Yeah, I think obviously when, you're always going to limit yourself at some point if you don't have other people doing the sales calls, and I've got good lead gen systems in place. So yeah, I mean, it could, this is kind of my next point of call, is really getting a salesperson in.
Okay, cool. All right, thank you, and see you guys in VMI.
Cheers, Alex. Thanks a lot.